Everyone wants to be exceptional today. They admire success from a distance. They imagine a better version ahead, but very few understand the cost. Being exceptional sounds attractive and powerful. It looks clean from the outside. Success appears smooth and effortless, but that image is deeply misleading. You see the results, not the process. You see wins, not repeated failures. You see confidence, not internal battles. And that creates a dangerous illusion. The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Most people don't lack potential or talent. They lack willingness to endure discomfort. That is where the real difference begins. Being exceptional requires a different standard. Not sometimes, but every single day. It demands consistency when motivation disappears. It demands effort when nothing feels rewarding. You will work without immediate visible results. You will feel like nothing is changing. Progress will often feel painfully slow, and doubt will begin to grow. Most people quit in this phase, not because they cannot continue forward, but because it feels like failure, even when progress is happening quietly. This is the hidden filter of life. It separates interest from true commitment. It exposes who is serious or not, and very few pass this stage. Your brain prefers comfort and familiarity always. It avoids effort, uncertainty, and discomfort. It pushes you toward easy and predictable actions. That keeps you safe, but also average. So when you try to grow intentionally, your brain creates subtle resistance signals. You feel tired without real exhaustion. You feel distracted without clear reason. This is not weakness or laziness. It is a natural survival mechanism. But if you follow it blindly, you will never rise beyond average. Exceptional people understand this internal resistance. They don't wait for perfect mental conditions. They act despite discomfort and uncertainty. That is the real psychological shift. You don't become exceptional through big moments. You become exceptional through daily decisions. Small actions repeated over long periods, done consistently, even when inconvenient. It is choosing discipline over temporary comfort, choosing effort over easy distraction repeatedly, choosing progress over emotional convenience daily. That is the real work required. There is nothing glamorous about this process. It often feels boring and repetitive. It lacks excitement and instant reward, but it quietly builds powerful results. While others wait for motivation to appear, you move forward without needing that feeling. That creates a gap over time, and that gap becomes your advantage. You must build systems that remove friction, make starting easier than avoiding the task, reduce decision-making wherever possible daily. Let structure carry your consistency forward. Don't rely on how you feel daily. Feelings are unstable and unreliable guides. Structure creates stability and forward movement. That is how progress becomes predictable. Track your actions, not just outcomes. Focus on showing up consistently daily. Ignore short-term emotional fluctuations completely. Let your system handle the process. This is where most people fail again. They want results without structured discipline systems. They chase feelings instead of building systems, and that keeps them stuck longer. Becoming exceptional starts with identity change. Not what you want, but who you become. You must see yourself differently first before results begin to appear clearly. You are not someone who tries occasionally. You are someone who executes consistently daily. You are someone who shows up regardless. That identity drives your actions forward. When identity changes, behavior follows naturally. You stop negotiating with your responsibilities. You stop waiting for perfect conditions.
You simply do what is required. That is what separates exceptional individuals. Not intelligence, not talent, not luck, but identity reinforced through repeated action. Over time, it becomes who they are. The hard truth is not complicated. It is just uncomfortable to accept. Becoming exceptional is not easy or quick, and it is not meant to be. It requires more than temporary motivation bursts. It requires long-term commitment and discipline. It requires doing what others avoid consistently. That is the real price of growth. Most people would choose the easier path. They will settle for comfort and familiarity. They will stay within predictable limits. And that is why few stand out. But you have a different choice today. You can accept the truth fully. You can decide to move differently now and begin building something uncommon. Not perfectly, but consistently over time. Not loudly, but quietly and intentionally. Not occasionally, but every single day. That is where real change happens. Because becoming exceptional is not an event, it is a process repeated daily. And it begins the moment you decide to stop being average with your actions. If you think this is hard, wait until you understand what's actually holding you back. Watch this next.